Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon The Series The Beginning episode talk. So in this episode we meet the strongest Nurse Joy I have ever and will ever see in my life. So in this episode we are just relaxing on Lapras, basically heading towards the next island. And then we get passed by enormous speeds by a Nurse Joy in a Chansey in a boat. Which I actually forgot what they called that thing, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, they come speeding by us like, oh my goodness. So we follow, obviously, because what? We get to the island, we find out that, well, Tracy finds out that, yes, it was indeed a Chansey and a Nurse Joy. So then we search the island for them, and then a gigantic Magikarp comes from the water and lands on the beach, and is just splashing about. And then Joy comes in order to help the giant Magikarp, and then she picks up the thing and throws it back in the water. It's like, excuse me, what? And also we learned that this Nurse Joy actually goes from island to island in the surrounding area, I guess you could say, because of the fact that these islands are too small for a Pokemon center of their own. Also, Ash is hungry, so time to eat, boys. So then the gang want to help Joy, and everyone gets into their boats, and they start pedaling, and Nurse Joy's gone. And then afterwards, we get a help montage with the music of Together Forever, fantastic song. And after the help montage, we find Joy's boat, and she's gone. And then we see a pink thing, and it's like, oh god, they're dead. But no, it's only Jigglypuff, so we abandon ship immediately. Well, no, we abandon her ship immediately and just bolt it. And then Joy comes out from underwater with Chansey, and is like, wait, but the boat was all the way back there. How did we run away from Jigglypuff all the way to the location you were at? That was very convenient. Anyway, doesn't matter. Joy helps Pokemon not only on the islands, but also under the water. So, Ash and Tracy are interested in this, so they hop down there with her in order to be able to see how she helps Pokemon underwater. However, then Ash needs to come up for air, and then Dugong grabs him and just swims about with him, which is just really funny. It's like, dude, why are you kidnapping him when he needs air? Come on, but whatever, you know, it was a funny thing. So then we get the story of why Nurse Joy helps the people and the Pokemon of the islands like the way that she does. And she's like, well, when I was young, I found a baby Magikarp, and I helped it, and it is the same one, the giant one that we saw earlier, and that is why she helps. And I'm like, that didn't really explain much, but you know what, I'll accept it. Anyway, she has one more delivery to make, and because of the gang, she's a bit late, so she has to leave. However, a hurricane is coming, but Joy's not gonna give up on the seal that need help. So she leaves at lightning speed, and the gang follow her, but then they get hit by a wave, lose their boats, but then they use their Pokemon in order to make it to shore, and everything seems to be fine because we were able to pass by the hurricane, I guess you could say. And then afterwards, Team Rocket attacks, but then the giant Magikarp appears in order to help the gang, and it evolves into Gyarados, beats Team Rocket, and then afterwards frees the squad from the net problem. And then Joy heads over to help the seal, and then afterwards we get the information that close by on Naval Island there is another gym. So it's gym o'clock, baby. Yes indeed, next episode it's gym time. Alright, can't wait. But overall, yeah, I very much enjoyed this episode. This was not just a story about, you know, Nurse Joy, but it was also the story about my favorite Kanto Pokemon. Well, technically that one is Gyarados, but Magikarp nonetheless. You know, we had the story of this Magikarp, this tiny little thing that became this gigantic Magikarp and evolved in order to help Nurse Joy. It's just Heart Gold and Soul Silver kind of ruined the Gyarados for me in a way, because why is that idiot not red? Like, the only Gyarados that I know that I use, you know, are the red ones, because I only really use Gyarados in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So that's kind of like a thing, but whatever. Anyway, still thought this was a great episode. Really enjoyed it. I loved it. I love seeing Nurse Joy go from island to island, showing how dedicated she is to helping people and Pokemon. I love that kind of stuff. But like I said, we got gym time. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if that's already, turn notifications. Don't forget, check out the Let's Play channel link in the description and at the end of the video. And next time we're gonna have my favorite gym, actually, in the Orange Islands. Bye!